Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling, with Platinum versus AEW Dark from the 19th of January 2021. General impressions about the show. Really good outings, I thought, for Top Flight and for the Acclaimed. A good tag team division gets stronger. I do these on a 3-check system. 1 check if the proper person is put over in a memorable fashion. A 2nd check if they are made to look very good in the process. And a 3rd check if the person doing the job, if you will, looks good in the process or is given significant offense by the person who is defeating them. This was a long-ass show. 2 hours, 14 matches, and they did have palate cleanser matches. So I call palate cleanser matches or matches that are very short in length. Total squashes that sort of like, okay, they kind of reset you and get you into the rest of the card. But even with that, a 2-hour show, it's very long. It just feels very long, especially because these are all foregone conclusion matches. A strange thing of having the Chaos Project in the main event for the 3rd show in a row. Weird. No significant other segments or promos or things like that, and I'm sorry they're getting away from that, frankly. Match number 1, Luchasaurus against Brandon Cutler. Brandon Cutler, who has been in a winning streak, an 8-match winning streak ever since he defeated Peter Avalon, now Pretty Peter Avalon. And Luchasaurus beats him. It's a pretty good match. Sucks for Cutler, but at least they built up this match, especially on being the Elite, if you're a fan of that. 3 check marks, no problem. Sammy Guevara against El Estrellano. This is a pretty awkward match. Sammy Guevara generally gives a lot of offense to the guy he's wrestling, and there was just a couple of things that felt a little wonky. So Guevara wins with that finisher of great controversy. I'm going to give this 2 check marks. I don't think El Estrellano really acquitted himself very well. Scorpio Sky against Nick Komoroto. Nick Komoroto is one of my favorites on this, and does a really good job here. He may be our enhancement talent of the week. Scorpio Sky wins with that TKO. I know he's not going to stop using it, so I'm going to quit bitching about it. 3 check marks. Shayna versus Marty Daniels. I need to talk about this match. Fucking ugly as shit. That stunner, really, you're going to do a stunner? But then you do the stunner and the person's jaw is not on the shoulder, so they just slide off to the side, looks bad. And that bad stunner, and then they repeated the tiger suplex spot, and bad shit. They should have redone the match, frankly. They should have. Really bad look. The worst match Shayna's had back yet. And it made Marty Daniels look bad, which is too bad. I guess I'll just give it a check mark and we'll move on. Butcher and the Blade against Mike Vernon. Money earning Mike Vernon and Baron Black. Baron Black looks better and better every time. Here, he wasn't really given a chance to show his stuff that much. This was about the Butcher and Blade running over somebody, and they did just that. They did a powerbomb Hangman's neckbreaker combination. Much, much better than whatever that thing is they're doing where they're suplexing somebody onto knees. I hated that fucking thing. But this finisher is perfectly fine. 3 check marks. Moving on. Gun Club. They defeated Ryzen, Adam Priest, and Very Morales. Very Morales did not get in there as much as I would like. Though he did take the finisher, which was a backdrop and a neck breaker. Boy, the tag teams of AEW do love the I pick you up and drop you, and then the guy kind of falls with you in some kind of neck breaker. Very Morales makes that move look phenomenal, though, and it's nice to see the Gun Club actually using a team maneuver. 3 check marks. Good job by Very Morales in particular. Next match, Santana and Ortiz against Danny Limelight and John Cruz. This was a squishy squash, which is good. I gotta say, Santana and Ortiz tend to have very, very competitive matches against everybody, And since they're going into this tag team thing against other members of the Inner Circle, it was nice to just see them destroy somebody. And Danny Limelight and John Cruz, though I would have loved to see more out of them because both of them are really, really great. This match is booked exactly like it should be. Santana Ortiz with a quick win, 3 check marks, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Pretty Peter Avalon, with one of the few promo segments, cuts a promo challenging Lee Johnson to a walk-off, which is a modeling contest for next week's AEW Dark. So that's something to look at if you happen to be watching when it appears. See what I did there? Private Party with Matt Hardy against Lee Johnson and Aaron Solo. I like the story here of when Matt Hardy's trying to coach him, things fuck up. When Private Party kind of take things of their own volition, they do well. This is storytelling, even on AEW Dark, and I like it. And this kind of made this my favorite match so far of the card. Great stuff, 3 check marks. Lee Johnson does a great job, and I'm curious to see what they're going to come up with for him. Big Swole against Alex Garcia. Alex Gracia, excuse me. Alex Gracia has looked pretty good. Swole has not. This one, they kept it short. They kept it sweet. Ripcord forearm for the win. Right? Yeah, it worked. Sure, 3 check marks. Sunny Kiss, Zach Clayton. Sunny Kiss is somebody else who tends to have these kind of drawn out matches. Not this one. Flurry of kicks, a rolling forearm, and that split-legged leg drop. And Kiss gets the win. Nicely done. Good job, Zach Clayton. 3 check marks. Top Flight against Casey Navarro and I believe AJ Kirsch. Good match. Really good look for Top Flight here. They really had their things on point. They're slowing down in the right way so things register. Good win, 3 check marks, no problem. The little roll-up finish, though, can't they just come up with a motherfucking finish? I certainly could for them. Next match, Ivelisse and Diamante against Tesha Price and Catalina Perez. Very typical, though given a very short amount of time, a very typically run tag match. Good, solid stuff. Everybody gets a good look. Tesha Price looks really good. She continues to improve. Catalina Perez does a great job. And at the end of the day, easy peasy lemon squeezy, Ivelisse comes back with that spinning kick to Perez and gets the win. 3 check marks, good shit. The Acclaim against Fuego del Sol and Shawn Dean. A half-decent battle rap of sorts from the Acclaimed. Really good chemistry here between Shawn Dean and Fuego del Sol. It's a hard thing to put your finger on, especially when it's a jobber team. But they did a really good job here. And Shawn Dean in particular looked very comfortable. Very comfortable. So Bowden with that top rope elbow after all this kind of great stuff. My favorite was countering that tornado DDT from Del Sol and reversing it into the Brainbuster. I thought looked really good and took maximum advantage of that. He does a spinning DDT kind of deal. Good job. 3 check marks. And then the Lucha Brothers with Pac defeated the Chaos Project. It was wonky in the sense that it's hard for Luther to really kind of do his thing, but Serpentico definitely worked his ass off, and I can see why John Cruz had such a short match earlier now. John Cruz is really good, and Serpentico is really good at working with the Lucha Brothers, and man, that spike package pile driver is brutal looking, and Chaos Project is going to be a part of Dynamite tonight. So that means somebody else is going to be main eventing Dark next week. I'm glad. No Dark Order stuff, which was a little unexpected. Other than that, a very solid Dark show. No big surprises. Nothing really advanced. Nothing that they're even going to show a clip on for Dynamite tonight, which is a little surprising. But it is what it is. Some of the shows are like that. They be like that sometimes, and that's one of them. So this is a relatively short video. Solid performances all around, with a couple of matches that flat out didn't work. Oof, and I'm going to keep my eye on Shayna matches in the future and see if they get better. God, let's hope so.